In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing Season 2, Episode 5 of American Horror Stories, titled Bloody Mary. Now you might think to yourself, oh, okay, Bloody Mary. This kind of story has been done before with the urban legend and the myth of Bloody Mary. No, this is very, very different than what you usually expect something like this to be. Now, sisters Elise and Bianca hear from their friend Lena about the legend of Bloody Mary. And basically, if someone swears loyalty to Mary, she will grant them their greatest desires. So it's a mix of throwing in as she grants your wishes like a genie, but then you have to do something in a way where she instructs the four girls to do different things by unethical means, meaning hurting someone in order to grant them their wishes. Lena and another friend, Maggie, disobey Mary's orders and are subsequently found dead. And the way they go on by it is interesting. This stars Dominique Jackson as Bloody Mary and Quvenzhané Wallis as Bianca. I didn't know that was her because she grew up to be a great actress, and you know, seeing her when she was little as an actress, and now it's really different. The aspect of this so forth fifth episode in the second season is really good. The backstory behind everything is really good. Each friend has a vision of what they need to do in order to gain this fame. Like, evidently, Bianca's is that she has to say something about her school counselor in order to get into Yale. Lena, I believe, is the cheerleader who wants to be popular, but she wants to be the head cheerleader, so she has to kill the head cheerleader. And another friend, wants to get back with her boyfriend, and you know, Elise has this weird, interesting aspect. The history behind the Bloody Mary is interesting. I felt like they did kind of throw in the Candyman lore into it as well, but this aspect had to do with slaves back in the century and what Mary was like actually, and who, you know, how she had these powers, so to speak. Well, evidently we find out that Elise reveals that Mary asked for her blood from 3 innocent people, and evidently Elise is the one that killed the other 2 friends, and the third one is her sister Bianca. Now, Bianca does kill Elise in self-defense, and Mary expresses compassion for her. I will stop it right there because the aspect of this twist was really interesting. The makeup and the look of Bloody Mary was really different than what you would imagine. Anytime there's a mirror around, she appears. You say the name 3 times, she appears. But she doesn't kill you. Like I said in the beginning of this review and the beginning of this episode, when you watch it, she just grants you your greatest desires, if you go through with it. But then yet she has an underlining factor as well. The backstory behind Mary, how she was a slave and what she went through and how she became trapped in the mirror for a century and a half, I believe that's what she said in the episode, was really, really interesting. The aspect of the whole Mami Wata revenge thing and bringing forth this spiritual paranormal aspect to this story was really, really good. This is probably the best episode of this season, and probably the best episode of American Horror Stories, because I love the way everything was done. I love the aspect of it. I love the twist at the end of it, which I didn't see coming at all, and how everything played a part in it. This was its own standalone story, and every actress in this played a pivotal role, but a role where they put in so much acting that it was so good and it was so believable, especially when you're scared and you don't know what to do, you don't know what to expect, and it's really interesting like how this was done, and I'm curious to see what this season has in store next, because so far this is the best episode of this season. It was Aura, the second episode, I believe, and but then this one blew it out of the water. I absolutely loved it. After it was over, I couldn't, my mouth was to the floor wide open. I was just like in awe with how everything was. It was really good. It was really done well, and not much scary, but more psychological aspect to it, like understanding the reflections, the mirrors, gateways to different dimensions and stuff like that. Could it be possible? Who knows? Is it true? I mean, we've all tried the Bloody Mary urban legend. If you want to try it again, go for it and see what happens. Because, hey, anything is possible, like, especially in paranormal urban legend horror lore. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Season 2, Episode 5 of American Horror Stories, titled Bloody Mary. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Did you like the aspect of the different twist that was put onto this story? Did you like the ending, or do you think that could have been done better? And what do you think should have happened to each character? Should they have gone through with it? What would you have done in this situation? And have you done the Bloody Mary urban legend? Let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked, and I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week for my Season 2, Episode 6 review of American Horror Stories.